Welcome to week 7 of Outdoor MD. I'm here on a $1.7 million landscaping project here on a $10 million home here in Durham region. So let's go check it out.
All right, so as you can see behind me, we've got tons of progress happening. Wall coping's going on. The boys are just cleaning out the tracks. I've got Mac bringing soil over to Kieran. Kieran's then gonna, with clean tracks, come across our grade and start getting all the soil into all the gardens for those to kind of get prepped and ready. We're not gluing down the coping right now because we've got to wait for the landscape lighting to go in. I get my landscape lighting next week, so we're staging all the coping, getting it in place. The lights are in place for where they need to land, so that's all taken care of. By end of day today, I'm hoping also to have this little walkway laid right here from step to step. And yeah, progress is great. Loving how things are coming along. So we have a huge hole in the ground here. This is not by accident, this is deliberate. And we have to wait for the rain to stop, one, because when we excavate this, it just keeps getting washed back in. So when we get a couple of dry days, we're gonna re-clean this out with the excavator, get our footing in, build our walls up. And this is gonna be a 21-inch high pavilion above the existing grade. Landscape lighting, sound will be incorporated in there. And then of course we've got those 3 waterfalls and that huge waterfall going across the back of this pool. It's gonna be stellar, I can't wait.
So once we finish building our wall, it doesn't stop there. To ensure this wall never moves, we put what's called geogrid. So it's basically like a mesh that we put in between our bricks, and we run it back and we put gravel on top of it to get lots of weight so this wall will never move. Even if there was an earthquake, this thing's not moving.
So we've got our wall built, we've got the coping on top of the wall, and as you've been following along and noticing, I'll tell you again about this wall system and how it's built. We have concrete footing with 4-foot deep sono tubes every 6 feet, and every corner is done. Intermittently throughout the courses, there's a geogrid tieback that tiebacks this wall. We've had a 6,000-pound machine running on top of this wall and has not moved one bit, which is perfect. Guys, like I said, are getting the coping on today. We'll get gravel in and start to lay pavers in the coming weeks. You know how confident I am in this wall? In 10 years when I retire, that wall will be exactly where I left it, without question.
You might think steps are steps, but on a project like this, these are top of the line steps. Full granite, they're nice and black. They do get nice and hot, but how can you not want that? Just look at them.
So as you know, Rob White from Brandt Tractor brought us that 60P excavator to help us place these giant armor stones. So we've started placing those at the grade we need them. And what'll happen moving forward, there'll be a weeping tile that goes behind that wall, landscape fabric up the backside of the rock, and then we can have the triaxle dump trucks come with the soil and backfill, and we can start to grade and create all the grade from one point to the next point with our machinery here. And with that John Deere 60P excavator, moving these armor stones was a piece of cake. Thanks again to Brandt Tractor for supplying and providing us with that excavator. So I've got Taunton Pools here now. They're staging all the form work for the concrete deck that goes around the pool. There's a 12-inch concrete deck supported by sono tubes that'll then help us moving forward. We then mortar down our coping, which is 14 inches with an 1.5 inch overhang into the pool. So that's happening today at 1 o'clock. They're getting all set up for the concrete pour, and my guys are just finishing up on the wall coping, so everything's where it should be. Plumbing of this building was a challenge, as we have 150 feet from point A to point B, and we had to create 4 degrees of slope for the sewage to run.
Some of these rocks are pretty large, over a ton plus. So the 60P is kind of right at that level for putting in stones this size. It's pretty clear for anybody who's met Mark, there is no stop or slow down. Mark's ambition to be bigger, stronger, faster, more in-depth in the industry has been there since the beginning, and it's still there today.
If you're new to this game, you gotta make mistakes, you gotta learn from those mistakes, you gotta have mentors and people that you look up to and idolize.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and stay tuned for more episodes guaranteed to give you outdoor envy.